Rachel's Fashion Heaven. Today we are going to be showing you the various machines we have and how to make use of them and what they are meant for. Okay, now here with me is a regular butterfly machine. It is used for straight sewing. You make use of it when there is no light most times. So when there is no light, it comes very handy. Even when there is light, if you don't have industrial, you can still make use of it. But for me, I normally make use of it when there is no light and when I don't have any serious work to do. Okay, so it just works like this. You put down this handle and then you sew. You can still enjoy it when sewing. Okay, so this is a regular butterfly machine that most tailors have. Alright, that's the work of the machine. You use it when there's light and when there's no light, especially when you don't have an industrial machine. You use it when there's light and when there's no light. But if you have an industrial machine, you normally use it when there's no light. Okay, let's move on to the next machine in my fashion heaven. Okay, next we have this white machine over here. It's the zigzag machine. Okay, the work of this machine is to give you your zigzag stitch. Just like what I'm sewing now, you can see the zigzag stitch is forming on the fabric. You can also use it for your regular stitch. You can use it for buttonhole. You can even use it for button tacking. Okay, let's move over to the next machine in Rachel Fashion Heaven. This is another machine that we make use of in Rachel's Fashion Heaven. Okay, it's the industrial straight sewing machine. It sews very fast, but the disadvantage with it is that you can only use it when there is light or if you have generator. That's where you'll be able to make use of it. But I love to make use of it, and this is how it works. Okay, one good thing about it is that when you're sewing with it, even if you do a very tedious job, you will not be having so much body pain as compared to when you make use of the manual machine. You see how fast it is. It's very, very fast. And when you have one in your working space, it makes your work easier and it gives your working space that classy. There are some customers that you have, when they come to your space, they will say, you don't have an industrial sewing machine. They won't even want to patronize you. But even if you don't have it, you can still continue your sewing game. So this is how it works. I'm making a school uniform skirt for one of my customers. So that's that. Let's go over to the next machine. So guys, this is another machine that we make use of in Rachel's Fashion Heaven. The work of this machine is for neat finishing. When you're done sewing or before you even start sewing, okay, you have to weave your fabric or your finished dress. So the work of this machine is to ensure that your work turns out very neat. The inside be as neat as the way the outside is. It won't be looking rough and dirty, because most fabrics, when you don't weave them, they will fray and your customers do not like them. So as a tailor, it is necessary for you to weave your clothes. Even if you don't have a weaving machine, you can go outside and pay and weave your clothes after sewing or even before sewing, depending on what you're sewing. So you can see in Rachel's Fashion Heaven, the weaving machine. This one is a 4-threader, but we normally use this our 4-threader for inner weaving. Some persons use it for sewing on certain fabrics like stretchy fabrics. Alright, I think at this point we can move over to the next machine that we make use of in Rachel's Fashion Heaven. So this is another weaving machine that a tailor can make use of. Okay, the difference between this one and the previous one, the 4-threader, this is a 3-threader weaving machine. The product is Emel. The difference between this one, this 3 threader, and the 4 threader is that this one does what we normally call English weaving or outer weaving. It's also fast. Okay, the stitch of this particular machine is tighter than that of the 4 threader. That is tighter than the 4 threader machine, so we use it for the outer weaving. We want to do things like lettuce hem. Okay, we want to sew maybe a sleeve, a flounce, and then you don't want it to have a rough edge. You're supposed to make use of the outer weaving, the English weaving, that will make your work to be very neat and presentable. How the stitches are very tight and very beautiful. We normally use some kind of ends that have to do with flounces and circle flames and what have you. You can't also use it when there's no light. You only make use of it when there's light, or when you have a generator that can carry the machine. That's when you can make use of it. Alright, moving on to the next machine. Stay tuned. Here we have the buttonhole machine. The work of this machine is to fix your buttonholes when you're done sewing your tops, your dresses, or your trousers, wherever you want to fix it. Okay, so that's the work of this machine. Its function is for buttonholes. So in Rachel's Fashion Heaven, we have the buttonhole machine, and this is how we normally make use of it. Okay, sure your machine is on, and then you place your leg on the pedal, hold your thread, and then you sew. So now I'm making the buttonhole stitch, as you can see. Then you start your threading, and then you go to the next buttonhole. So that's how it works. You can see the buttonhole stitch here. So here we have the buttonhole stitch.